Hi, good evening, everyone. This is Efrat from Jerusalem. I would like to bring today, uh, according to looking for spark of hope, which is not such an easy mission in our reality, which is so heavy and dense, painful and sadness, and um, our conscious is all the time with the hostages, praying for bring them back. So it's not so easy. Um, but there are spark of hope. And today I would like to tell you about an organization which calls Rabbis for Human Rights. This organization declare their purpose to raise the voice of the Jewish tradition in the arena of human rights. This is a non-political, non-party organization. There are more than 120 rabbis, men and women there. And there's also secular people there, Jews and Muslim and Christian people. The main purpose, the main goal of this organization is to help the Palestinians and to fight the hurt of the human rights of the Palestinians. So it's ideological and also very practical and activist organization that goes every day to the West Bank, to the occupied territories, help the Palestinians with their agricultural work and standing against the settler that hurt them. I also would like to share with you a very personal thought and feeling I have. As I say, it's not easy to bring every week this spark of hope. And sometimes I said, okay, what shall I bring? What shall we bring in kind of despair? But the fact that so many of you, almost 70 people every week, are coming to this webinar, are coming to hold together a new vision for the Middle East, actually makes it as a service for me. So thank you for this. To you, Helen.
Wow. I join you if that in the appreciation of the group energy, and it gives grace to this dark moment, those dark moments we're living here. I have not much to bring about what's going on in the Arab world. It's all kinds of negotiations, all kinds of war declarations are taking place nowadays among all the Arab countries, Iran, what's happening in Lebanon now, and also other nations that are involved in the area, with Israel, of course. Lots of activities while the war is escalating and the human price is high, and it keeps on going. So it is all all of it is well beyond the scope of what one can hold. Definitely of what I can hold. And the one thing that I can do and that I do is to stay aligned, to stay in alignment. And in this avalanche of destructive energies, I have this image of like um, a ball slipping and rolling down the mountain, and I try to stay straight and not to go with this movement. Um, and it keeps me going. It keeps some kind of balance, and it keeps me also connected with our co-workers, both vertically and horizontally. And yeah, and I can convey it to my small to my small um, how do you say field of influence. I can convey what I can in this aligned way, and I do my best. So um, yeah, so I thank you, and lots of love for being here with us and holding this whole picture together with us. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, the two of you in Jerusalem and everybody on the call. Yes, our teachers tell us that conflict is unavoidable on our planet. It is the activity out of which harmony is born. It's the evolutionary way on this conflict, and the Middle East is a place of solar plexus for the whole planet. Let us keep this in mind. Somehow we need to be able to accept that this is what is still happening, and balance it, or at least hold it through grace. Yeah, so we will look again today at the three different fields of consciousness: the Arab Muslim, the Palestinian, and the Jewish, and endeavoring to embrace this whole picture, seeing this solar plexus dynamics trying to move into a higher order, in which Israel will be able to find its place in right relation with its neighbors. Yeah, okay. So let us prepare for our work. Settling into our body. Breathing. Breathing with the earth. Feeling our Earth Mother for a moment. Opening our hearts. And collecting our focus into the center of the head. Realizing soul energy flowing within the personality, standing as conscious souls in incarnation. And as such, let us reach out to each other. Our hearts unite in the group heart. That we have built over all these weeks and months. We include our colleagues in all nations in it with us. And we let our minds weave our telepathic field, our shared lighted clear space. In which we stand together as souls in the will to peace. And as a group instrument, a group chalice, let us attune now with the higher co-workers who work with us from the ashramic plane. Feeling the grace, the all-inclusive love from them and filling our group heart with it. And standing with intent at the midway point between the higher forces and the condition on the ground, taking up this role. And let us now, in focused silence, turn our eyes to the Middle East, getting an overall sense of this mainly Arab Muslim world. Getting a sense of this field of consciousness. Each week getting a bit more familiar with it. Seeing it also in context with on the wider planet. And within it now, let us focus on the field of consciousness of the Palestinians, as they are in Gaza, in the West Bank, also within the borders of Israel, in Lebanon, and in other countries in the Middle East, sensing them together as one Palestinian field of consciousness, a collective entity struggling to find its place. and its sense of self. And focusing now on the Jewish population in the Middle East, in Israel, and sensing for a moment this field of consciousness, this collective entity with its struggle, its problems, with finding right relations with its neighbors. And holding in our consciousness the interaction between these three fields. And the more we release judging, the more we will understand. Now, on this midway point between the outer condition and the higher realms within the aura of our higher co-workers, let us now open our awareness towards the divine plan, that part that pertains to the Middle East, to the intended design, the potential for the Middle East. Taking a moment with this, opening our intuition, our finer senses to it. Collecting now these higher impressions into our group field at the midway point. Let us now bring the two into relation, these higher impressions and the condition on the ground, and hold this field of tension between the intended design and the outer condition. Through our consciousness, build a continuity between the two. And now see and sense a shaft of pure golden white light, broad and brilliant, flood West Asia. See a huge column of light pouring through all planes. Let us hold this column steady in the will to peace. And see soul light flood into the mental sphere of the Middle East. Influencing the mental forces. See these mental forces slowly aligning to this more inclusive vision, soul vision. Only together can peace be built. And see the soul light now pouring down into the emotional sphere of the Middle East, touching hearts, expanding hearts in spite of the pain and fear. Pain bring due reward, light and love and understanding that we are all part of the same family. And see the light now pouring further down into the etheric physical plane of the Middle East, penetrating into the earth and continuing advancing this ongoing disintegration of the old separative patterns. This undoing of this fault line, releasing. Get a sense of this transmuting process being underway in the whole pillar of light, on all the levels. And within all three fields of consciousness, Jewish, Palestinian, and Arab Muslim. Huge transmutation underway. And let us again recognize that the energy of conflict must play itself out, that destruction is part of it. Let us invoke the higher forces to help direct this transmuting and releasing process. Let us reach out to the Lords of Liberation. Let us open our consciousness to them issuing forth and pouring their energy through the pillar of light, directing this destructive energy to the old hindering separative forms that must be let go of. Let light and love and power and death fulfill the purpose of the coming one. The rule of evil now must end. Let us visualize this conflict playing itself out towards harmony. Let us imagine that by our will to peace, we can direct this energy of conflict towards harmony, envisioning the solar plexus intensity slowly lifting, seeing a redirecting taking place from solar plexus to the heart, from the tit-for-tat dynamics into caring for the highest good of all. Let us hold this intent as we sound now the great invocation in Hebrew and in Arabic.
מנקודת האור אשר בדעת אל, יזרום האור אל דעת האדם, ירד האור על פני האדמה. מנקודת האהבה אשר בלב האל, תזרום האהבה אל לבבות אנוש. ישוב מורה עולם על פני האדמה. מהמרכז שבו נודע רצון האל, תנחה תכלית את רצונות אדם. תכלית אותה מורי האנושות יודעים ומשרתים. מהמרכז אשר נקרא המין האנושי, שם תוכנית האהבה והאור, ויחתם הפתח אל הרע. יהי רצון ויחדשו אור אהבה ועוצמה את התוכנית על פני האדמה. אמן.
من نقطة النور في العقل الإلهي ليشعل النور في عقول الناس وليهبط النور إلى الأرض. من نقطة الحب في القلب الإلهي ليتسرب الحب في قلوب الناس وليرجع معلم الكون إلى الأرض. من المركز الذي تعرف منها إرادة الله لتقود الغاية إرادة الناس البسيطة، تلك الغاية التي يدركها المعلمون ويخدمونها. من المركز الذي ندعون بالجنس البشري لينتج تسمين الحب والنور ويختم على الباب الذي يقيم به الشر، ليجدد النور والحب والقوة، التسمين على الأرض. الله آمين.